Welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm Dear Darling. I shall see what's going on our lovely island of Fawnhollow today, where we'll be relaxing as per usual. Have a big stretch. Yeah, what we'll be talking about today. Nothing in particular comes to mind, at the very least. I can't think of a conversational topic. I'm sure what will come to mind. Is there something I was going to talk about? I don't remember, to be perfectly honest. I don't think so. So I guess we'll sort of vibe out and see how it goes. Hello there, everyone. Right now in Fawnhollow at 6:10 p.m. on Wednesday, February 7th, 2024. Festival, of course. Festival. And then followed up with Valentine's Day, just before that as well, Lunar New Year. So we've got quite a concentration, I suppose, of things happening in February, I suppose, holiday event-wise. Yeah, what should we talk about? I don't really know. I don't ever have a conversation topic in mind. It's where we go to r// games. What on earth's going on in the game sphere? I'm doing a lot more like crosswords again recently. I think I might have mentioned that before, and I can't honestly remember. I didn't know Universal Crossword moved off from dictionary.com. I'm now using, hold on, the Globe and Mail, which I mean, the fact that they have a maple leaf as their logo makes me think it must be like a Canadian newspaper brand or something like brand company. Brand's not really the right word, which is interesting to be perfectly honest. I don't know, yeah, and I'm sort of getting back into swing of things. I still basically remember how to fill in a crossword. I'm certainly not as good as I think I was at my peak, but that's alright. I think it's certainly revived a little bit by the fact that some of my friends, like, they do I don't know what to call them, these, like, collective, like, I mean, they spawned from, like, Wordle, or they didn't really spawn from Wordle, but they certainly were popularised, I suppose, by things like Wordle, these sort of daily games and daily puzzles, etc., 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 where you play them a little bit and you play a little bit here and there, quite literally once a day, and they often have, like, very short and sweet, like, to-the-point games. I would say I don't definitely play them every single day, at least, well, I don't. I think one of my friends certainly does, and she's much more committed to it than necessarily I am. But when I'm like, I've got like a bit of lull, I've got like a 5 minutes or something before I need to do something, or I'm just like sitting there bored, being like, oh, what do I want to do? But I don't want to expend too much effort. I'll play one of them. Dictionary. Sorry, not dictionary. Crossword is usually my go-to, but then I'll play something. Like I play Gamedle sometimes. I'm not like that great at Gamedle because I don't know many songs. I just kind of like listening to the tunes, to be perfectly honest. And sometimes you find like new songs you like. I wish there was like these Gamedle versions of songs where like made in full and I can hear them at some point, because there was one ages ago. Which was like Doja Cat's "Kiss Me More," which I've never heard of before, but I think it's quite a nice song. I think I even mentioned this in my Animal Crossing episode, but I loved the Gamedle version of it so much. Like I was like, this is amazing. And I don't know why. It just like tickled me in just the right way. Where I was just like, this is because when I first heard it, like I was like, I have no idea what the song is. Like I only guessed it from the hint, to be perfectly honest. But then like I was like, I heard it in full and I was like, I really like, I'm like vibing out to the song. This is fantastic. It's like right my sort of thing. I guess because it kind of sounds kind of lo-fi when you put it in like the Gamedle version. But when I listened to the actual thing, and the actual thing was fine, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't quite beat the Gamedle version. Maybe it's just being what's the word? Programmed by a KK Slider or something over the years of Animal Crossing. I'm also finding that sometimes I'm like checking into Neopets every now and then just to sort of see what's going on. The fact I'm still subscribed to a subreddit and see like all the drama and the news which is happening sort of means that I come back to it now and then. Right now there's an event going on called the Neops where you can vote on some like the best things which happened throughout 2023, which you might say is a bit late for it or something, or I don't know, it's basically the equivalent of the Oscars for Neopets. And apparently Neopets is starting to be in a renaissance. I'm not sure if they're quite in a renaissance yet. I shouldn't say apparently, but like with the amount of times I brought up random news on it, but they're basically finally addressing a load of like long-standing features which certainly have from a bygone era, things like very limited edition things, etc., etc., and actually like updating the site, fixing the whole economic problem. Oh my god, you would not believe how much of an economic problem Neopets has, mainly due to scarcity of items. in first place, some items are like insanely hard to get, like, or given out for such a small time. So of course, and then inflation happens in Neopets because, you know, people accrue wealth, etc., etc., etc. And it's pretty crazy to see. Like, I think I spoke about it before, how, you know, video games can be a sort of like microcosm or a reflection of a macrocosm in the first place. And seeing Neopets be that, I suppose, with its economic situation, it must be fascinating. I don't know if any what did I just pick up? I don't know if any economy students have gone about studying it necessarily, but, you know, maybe it would prove fruitful, maybe it wouldn't. I don't know. There's a weed here. So I'm checking in every now and then. I will say I voted once on the not once, the second day of voting on the Neopiece. I got like a marble drake egg, which is crazy. And just to show you like how like crazy the economic situation is, before the Neopiece has like a set pool of prizes that they can give out from, and I actually checked this on like they have like a community like database or website or something for these items. The marble drake egg was selling for like 20 million something Neo points, which is quite high. It's not like, I mean, to give you context, like my account only has 15 million Neo points in total. So, and it's something I come back to every now and then, to think that I've only saved up 50 million Neo points, especially when I was playing it much more like intensely by doing like food club and money making strategies every single day, I suppose. That is insane. It's not like impossible to afford, but it's incredibly high. I think it's for a double reason. One, you can get a limited edition or rare pet from it called a drake, and two, it's also like a gourmet food, which is basically like, Neopets is such an outdated system with some things, but it's still got, it's a very much a collector's game at heart, which, you know, ticks all the boxes that I look for. But basically, your pet can eat gourmet foods, like foods of a certain quality or rarity of above, and then it becomes like there's like a list of all the gourmet food items that they've ever eaten, and that's one of them. And it's so exceedingly rare, 20 million Neo points. It's honestly kind of amusing. And then they just started giving them away for free. Not for free. Well, yes, for free. You had to get lucky, I suppose, to actually get it in the Neopiece, but you can actually get them. And now oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I was moving my audio interface closer because that's what I put my stream deck on, because I couldn't quite reach it from where I was, and I hit the microphone cable, and that just really messed it up. Hold on. Let me readjust it again just slightly. Hopefully I can actually mute first. I don't know why it is like that. XLR cables just seem to do that for some reason. Hopefully I sound normal. I don't know. Some of my feedback sounds weird, but anyway, I think they sell for like 1 million Neo points now or something, which is very, like, it's expensive, don't get me wrong, especially if you're new to Neopets, but it's actually a very affordable price for like a rare item like that, to be perfectly honest. And it's like, whoa. So this is why I'm sort of like slightly checking back into Neopets again after the advent calendar after this, is so I can be like, hey, you know, maybe now it won't be so expensive for me to get all the pets I want, to be perfectly honest. The exact combination of like 14 different pets, dreamies as they call them, are now like mildly attainable or something, which is crazy to think about. So yeah, I don't know. We sort of like daily puzzle-esque things, like so of course I do have a crossword most days. I think, you know, I did it earlier today. I don't know if I did yesterday's one. Now I think about it, I probably should have checked that. But I like doing crosswords. Yeah, I did do today's one. I did do yesterday's one. Okay, nice. Today's one I did actually very quickly, 8 minutes. Wow, must have been quite an easy one, to be perfectly honest. I mean, I didn't do it that long ago, so I'm not saying like, I don't know why I'm saying it like I'm so disconnected from it. One of them I did in 6 minutes 30. That's pretty fast for me, of course. Not. Excuse me, I'm not like a trendsetter, world record breaker when it comes to doing crosswords. But what other daily puzzles? So I do Bandle sometimes. I try and do Gamedle most of the times because that's the one I'm most interested in. I mean, we can do them right now. Sometimes I didn't. I think I've done them before in the Animal Crossing episode. Gamedle. I won't do the guess one because the guess one's quite difficult to do while also playing a game at the same time. I have no idea what game this is. Skip. I also try and not select... I try and not send a guest if I don't actually have a decent guess for it in the first place, because I feel like that sort of goes against the point of the game. I have no idea what this is. It looks like a city street, a load of blurry things. I'm guessing by the cover, by the way. Is it? That's a car, I guess? Is that a crosshair? Is this like Sniper Elite or something? There's no way this is Sniper Elite. This looks nothing like it. But... Someone's being like robbed. Is this like a Grand Theft Auto or something? It's not Grand Theft Auto 1, but it is a Right Saga. Okay, so I guess it looks kind of old. I'll go Grand Theft Auto 2. I think that's probably reasonable. Yeah, okay, nice. Barely. Literally on my last guess. Artwork. I don't know. This looks like a Pokemon game. Is this Pokemon Violet? Or Scarlet? Why are they separate? They should both be the same thing. Come on, they're so similar. No, this game is Crazy Taxi. Never mind. A game I've never played, but it has such popular appeal. Well, not popular appeal, but I feel like it's quite an infamous game, isn't it? Oh, I thought you were going to talk to us. Okay, never mind. Normally if they stand up like that with a start, they want to talk to you. But Crazy Taxi is a game with such notoriety, such fame behind it. The reason I know about it is it's the game which like trademarked or something the arrow to point you to your to your destination or something like that. So like no games could use it for ages until like that patent or whatever finally expired. Yeah, I forgot what I was going to say about it. Anyway, so I'll try and play this. Guess a game is also like quite a fun game. Okay, let's do keywords. We might be able to do that quickly. We'll try and skip through these very quickly. Law, anime, crime, bloody murder. This sounds like Danganronpa. Sure, number 2. It's not. Romance, trilogy, betrayal, flashback, forensics. It still sounds like Danganronpa. Is that like a Persona game? I don't really know. It is a visual novel. Depression, text-based, false death, femme fatale, serial killer. What? Is it 9 Doors? I've never played that game, but 999, sorry. Dialogue trees, rivaling factions, political thriller, single player only, slideshow cutscene. That's a freaking Fire Emblem? I don't know. Day-based narrative, in-engine cinematic, one-handed gameplay, interactive environments, DS microphone use? I have no idea what this game is. Like, I never played a Danganronpa, but it still sounds like a Danganronpa game to me. It must be some strange anime game, I don't know. I guess Fire Emblem is not really a visual novel. That wasn't a very good guess, was it? What other like Japanese? It's like Doki Doki. It's not. This cannot be Doki Doki Literature Club. There's no chance it's Doki Doki Literature Club. This is no chance it's Doki Doki Literature Club because like I've actually played that game and this description does not match it in the slightest. Innocent people die, power of friendship, pop culture reference, developer voice acting, surprising character switches, sealing your own fate. Wow, this seems like a very dramatic game. I've got no clue what on earth this is. I don't even have a guess. Shin Megami Tensei. I don't think this is a visual novel. It's Ace Attorney? What? Okay, law makes sense. And anime crime. It really threw me off there with depression, like femme fatale, rivaling factions, the political thriller. I thought Ace Attorney was like a comedic game that was based around law. Am I wrong? I guess so. I don't know, but that's crazy. I don't know, it's so dramatic, but I guess, you know, courtroom dramas, that's a reason it's a thing, hey? So dramatic, I actually can't get over it. It's like a completely different vibe to what I thought Ace Attorney was. I thought Ace Attorney was like a very happy-go-lucky slapstick sort of silly sort of game. The fact that it's not sort of like changing my world. Anyway, guess a game I like to do sometimes as well. I'm not amazing at it. I have no idea what game this is. Some pixel art game. Is this Pizza Tower? This is not Pizza Tower. This looks nothing like Pizza Tower, but I don't have another guess off the top of my head. Is this Day of a Tentacle? That's what it looks like to me. Oh no, it's Scott Pilgrim. You can tell from the third one, that's very clearly that's Scott Pilgrim style. Scott Pilgrim was a good like series, and I have the original books. Not the original books, but I have the comic books. And I read them, obviously. I guess that's not obvious. There's so many games I haven't played, so maybe it's not so obvious as owning something equals consuming as media. Let's see the other pictures. I mean, it was literally a picture of Scott Pilgrim, number 5, so... those are usually the ones I will do. I know there's like a whole list of other ones which my friends like to do. I'm just trying to think about, because a lot of them are like word-based ones, which I like fine, but like they're not like, I'm not like crazy about them. Like the fun part of doing them is the fact you're doing them with your friends. It's not fun because of, well, in my opinion, I don't find it that fun doing the actual game itself, to be perfectly honest. Like, perhaps I should say I can take them or leave them. Like, I wouldn't go out my way to do it, but like, if like someone's doing it, yeah, I'll help contribute a clue or guess or something. Why not? Connections is quite a fun one though. It's kind of like Only Connect, and you know how much I love Only Connect and University Challenge and those sort of things. Let's see if we can do today's one. You got to find the connections. SpongeBob SquarePants. That has to be a bait. There's no way it's SpongeBob SquarePants just like that. You're having a laugh. Square, diamond, circle, triangle shapes. You sneaky little. Is it like SpongeBob SquarePants like birthday or something? I feel like you got to save it for that day. You gotta have these themed ones on the specific days, which are relevant to. Okay. This is clearly one where someone was like, hey, let's just start off with SpongeBob Square and Pants, and then let's think of the rest of the puzzle around it. Not saying that's necessarily a bad thing, but, you know, I gotta respect it. Okay, about 2,000 bells, DIY projects, and fella tree. Okay, we can do that. Okay, let's see. What can we do with the others? We have squid, crab, ray, sponge, I guess. Sea crab, sea squid, sea... I don't know if a sea ray is a thing, but we'll submit it. Sea creatures, yeah. Okay, pants, bob, cross, vat, free, hook, weave, feast. Oh, like fighting terms. Bob, hook, cross, weave. Like boxing terms or something. Yeah, boxing maneuvers. Free, vat, pants, feast. We've got to get the full 10 points here on this Only Connect board. So I've got to figure out what this last connection is. Free, vat, pants, feast. I mean, to be fair, in Only Connect, you have a time limit, so, you know, I guess I don't have a time limit. I'm just doing like a self-imposed one, to be perfectly honest. Free, that pants, feast. Pants, that feast, free. It's kind of hard to think out loud, I suppose, and do it at the same time, but, you know, you gotta just send it. That is an interesting one. Maybe it's like an actual, like, not linguistic, but like the letters themselves sort of pattern. Free, that, take free, take pants. I was like, because I was like, what can you do with that? That isn't like a very flexible word when it comes to like making puns or stuff off it, being like an article or whatever it is considered. That. Maybe they can all be rearranged and stuff. Maybe I'll sound like free, that, pants, feast. I've got no clue what this is. Let's see what the connection is. Fancy. What? Okay, fancy that and fancy pants I've heard of. I've never heard of fancy free and fancy feast. But this is where you learn things. Define fancy feast. Oh, you know another one I like to do is a spell check one. That one's a really fun one. Fancy feast. It's a brand of gourmet cat food. I've actually never heard of this before. I don't really know much about cat food, so I suppose that's probably why. Fancy free. Not emotionally involved or committed to anyone. Okay, I've literally never heard that phrase before. Sounds like quite a Britishism though, doesn't it? Okay. I forgot we were meant to actually fell a tree. Someday I'm going to get the golden axe recipe. Oh, it's the only one I'm missing. But because I haven't broken enough axes. Maybe that's something we should try actually like achieving and obtaining in this game. So maybe like what we should do is we should get our axe, and every time we just go to Captain's Island, we'll just deforest it, I suppose. Because I don't want to deforest all the trees on my island, to be perfectly honest. But yeah, so I'm okay with deforestation when it doesn't happen in my island, but when it's someone else's, okay, maybe that's not a good look. But at the same time, it's a golden axe. In fact, we haven't got it yet. It's pretty crazy. We might as well do the watering one because these things are right here. You know, that's actually not a bad idea. Maybe I should actually try and get this golden axe. Let's see. New Horizons golden tools, because I believe that's the only one we're missing. Golden axe, New Horizons. It has its own article. Crafting, which kinds of breaking 100 axes. Does it have to be like the wooden axe, or does it have to be the actual chopped down axe? Do flimsy axes count? Let's see. Golden axe, flimsy axe. Let's see if it counts. There's a fortune that gives you unbreakable tools. Experience in order to break out. Made 40 of them. Oh, I see. Okay. So flimsy axe. Oh, that's a fantastically large snowball you got going on over there. Dung beetle. Okay, so apparently flimsy axes do count. So maybe that's what we'll try and do. Each day we'll break one axe. And then in 100 days we'll finally get a golden axe. How about that? But for now, we're going to round this episode off here. So if you have been watching, thank you very much. It's been Animal Crossing New Horizons. I've been Dear Darling. Likes, comments, subscription, shares greatly appreciated. Socials, Discord down below. Hope you see each other again. But for now, it's our farewell. So until next time. Bye-bye for now. What did I even do this episode?